Hey YouTube, I am going to do my in the Inn video. I'm actually going to do two decks today. One deck I actually played, one deck I was having someone else play, and I'll post pictures of the 6-player game up on Facebook that we did at family game night over by where I live. And I'm actually going to pull out the deck right now. Sorry, my box got kind of a mess somehow. Alright, let me rephrase that. The one deck I didn't actually play at 6-player, I was actually, because I was teaching everyone it, I was playing actually with my girlfriend when she came up. But the deck I want to talk about today is Bryn, or Bryn, or however you pronounce her name, the Bolt Swine. Because this deck has inexplicably, can't speak today, inexplicably, this deck somehow became my favorite deck, and the one I'm best off at. Now, Bryn, I call her Bryn, it might be Bryn, make just as much sense either way. I don't know how to pronounce it, so pardon me, I'm bad at pronouncing names. Is the Bolt Swain for the red or the Crimson Drake. And her deck is unique because you look at her pictures. Now, I'll give you an example. She is quite the manly woman. I shouldn't say it that way, but she's quite the muscular woman. And a lot of people were shocked to find out it was a female character until they saw pictures like that. Now, besides the fact that I love the artwork in the deck, and seriously, look at this card. That is just gorgeous. And besides the fact that the character is very much not the stereotypical gender role given to a female character, which, yes, of course, that's going to make me love it even more. I love her even more. This was a deck that was fun to play, and here's why. It doesn't play how you think. It's a basic deck, so it doesn't have all the doodads and stuff some of the other decks have. But in the deck, it's counter burn. Like if you're a Magic player, you know what I'm talking about. Counter burn deck, blue-red. Her whole thing is she has a lot of sometimes cards that are, now I have to count how many, but when I was playing I always know some coming up where it's like, oh, when the player does this, you do this. And it's like player deals you 2 damage, you deal 2 damage, or 4 2 damage. It goes back and forth a lot with her, where she's countering everything your opponent does. She's like, oh, no, I don't take the drink, you take the drink, or I don't take the damage, you take the damage, which works really cool. Now, her action cards are 90%, from what I'm seeing, 90%, 4 to 2 damage, hence where the burn comes in. So you're going to burn them, then you start into the respawn back and forth. The deck works awesome. Every time I've played her, I've done really well. But how it really works is just literally you are, and here's another great artwork in it. Sorry, I love the artwork in this deck. You are literally countering your opponent's moves and make sure you get ahead of the game. Now that's the first deck I want to talk about. I'm not going to go through the whole deck, but just giving you a basic idea. The second deck, and the deck that I think is really, 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 really cool, though I haven't played it yet myself, so I'm very picky on how things are organized in my boxes. I haven't gotten to play it yet myself, is one of the mini decks, Erin the Everchanging. Now, I don't know if I double up on any of my deck reviews. I'm sorry, I don't know which ones I've done. But Erin the Everchanging comes with the mini board, of course. And she has a marker for her current form. I'll show you those in a second. Comes with the mini gold, which I just used the regular golden set. and the actual cardboard fortitude and alcohol content symbols. Now, the current form card is specifically for these 4 cards, and this is where her benefit is. She's either an elf with no ability, a bear, which when you lose fortitude from a card you play, whenever a player would lose fortitude from a card you play, it increases by 1, and start a round of gambling, you must ante 2 gold instead of 1. Before you discard and draw on your turn, you may become an elf again. The tree, which you must become an elf, but it's a tree, so alcohol contents decrease by 2 whenever you take it. When you play a card, you must become an elf immediately. And the raven, which basically lets you ante from, if you start the round of gambling, you can ante from the inn instead, and when you gain the alcohol content, it's increased by 1. Which, of course, that also has a return. Now, how you achieve these forms is the cards will all have abilities like this. And as you go along, and this is what made this deck so nasty, is you're going to be switching forms back and forth. The opponents are not going to have a second to adjust. And in doing so, changing up your strategy so much, you really hit your opponent hard with that. And in the end, you win. No, but in all honesty, the person who won the game that was in, it came between, I think it was Frank and the Sneak. I can't remember the Sneak's name. And the Sneak actually won, so someone from the first gen won in a 6-player game from all except 2, and no Pookie. Poor Pookie. But yeah, so both decks are pretty good. I'd say Red Dragon 4 is my favorite set so far. Next video, I think I'm going to actually review the Captain. Why don't I do it now? We're only 7 minutes in. So the third deck today is the deck I actually played everything. And this deck is a little weird. This is Captain Whitehawk. And I'll show you her character. She's a cool deck. This deck, how to describe this deck? It's more of the same, but in a good way. She has her own personal variant of every card that appears in every deck, as well as every card that appears in every deck. So, the standard card that ignores drink cards, then she'll have her own version. It's like, deals 2 damage, then she has another one. So she basically doubles up on all the basic strategies. And that's what makes this deck really fun to play, actually. Because you're playing the game in its purest form. You're going to have the most general strategy. And for your Warhammer 40k fans out there, she's the Ultramarines of Red Dragon, and basically basic stats all around, and plays fun. Her artwork is gorgeous. I mean, we were laughing at some of the artworks. Like, everyone loves the artworks. Love the artworks in this game at Family Game Night. Word of Advice, one of my favorite cards on there. Because someone thought I was actually just saying that when they played the card. But yeah, so the whole more of the same feel actually works in this game as its own deck. I'm glad it's not many decks that do that, but it was just that one. Well, I hope you enjoyed today's In the End. We got 3 more decks out of the way before we start actually doing more than just the decks for it. I will talk to you all later. Bye.